As of last week, the second Battlefest event has started. In November last year, we had the very first Battlefest, which ran from November 16th to November 27th, and offered unique battle packs, community missions and new custom game modes. Battlefest 2.0 has begun now, and you can expect the same sort of thing as last time. Double XP, custom game modes, line of sight and eye to eye, and Battlefest specific battle packs as well as daily scrap rewards. If unlocking unique dog tags is your thing, then stay tuned because you can also unlock the DICE Anniversary dog tag. Other than Battlefest, the last few days have been quite interesting for BF1 news. Firstly, platoons are now live in beta form on the Battlefield 1 CTE. In BF4, platoons were of course a normal occurrence and you could easily set them up via Battlelog, but on BF1's release they were nowhere to be seen, although we were promised they would eventually come out. So if you have access to the CTE, you can hop on now and test out the first version of platoons, which I'm sure will change and be improved upon before it reaches the vanilla game. This is a pretty big thing for communities. Finally, communities can have their own tag and emblem with the new system. You can actually link servers to the Platoon 2 so their own server can be easily tracked by Platoon members. I'm sure that at some point I'll create my own Platoon like I did in BF4, as it's a nice way for communities to form. As well as Platoons, we have a first step to allowing non-premium players access to new DLC content in the form of Premium Friends, a system designed to allow friends of people who do have Premium to join into games on DLC maps, even if they don't own them themselves. There are some catches though, which we'll get to shortly. Now, on the positive side, I think that this is a good first step from DICE and EA. For a long time we've all wanted DLC maps to be free, as it splits up the community too much, lowers the player count and stifles the longevity of the game. And while I totally understand that producing these maps is no easy task and costs a lot of money and working hours, I kind of always felt that Premium could offer a different service, like say with Rainbow Six Siege for example, and people would still buy it if it was good value for money. Stuff like character customization, skins, kill card flare, dog tags, etc, etc. That being said, I have to say that this Premium Friends system feels like a bit of a half measure to me, and it won't solve the problem. It's a step forward, yes definitely, but I don't think it's a solution at all. So let's look at how this Premium Friends works. I own Battlefield Premium and I invite some friends into my lobby, let's say 3 other friends who don't have Premium. If anyone in that party has Premium, in this case me, the lobby becomes Premium enabled, and because of that, those members of my squad can join all DLC servers together regardless of if they own the DLC content or Premium for themselves. Sounds good so far, right? So what we've got there is non-Premium members playing on DLC maps at the expense of one other player who has bought Premium. Of course there are some catches to this, the first of which being 0 XP gain if you don't have Premium. So in my example I'll be playing earning XP and leveling up, but my 3 friends who don't have Premium can play with me, but while they're doing so they won't be earning any XP whatsoever. No progression, and that is going to bother a lot of people. Yes, I'm sure that there are others out there who may not care, but I think most definitely will. What's interesting though is that any XP that you would have earned is saved and banked, so if you do buy Premium down the line, you'll be retroactively granted all the XP that you previously would have earned. It's meant as a bridge gap, let you play with your friends on DLC maps even if you don't own them, but still trying to give you an incentive to buy the DLC for yourself. That being said, even though I get that there needs to be an incentive, who really wants to play with 0 XP? Not gaining anything towards your rank, unlocks, class rank, I think most people will be put off by that and not even try it. Then you also won't be able to spawn in with or unlock DLC specific vehicles and weapons, or work towards any medals or codex that are related to the expansion that you're playing on. Progression is so important in modern games in my opinion. We're all human, we all like to see progress if we're putting hours into something, whatever it is. And what if you don't have any friends that that play the game with you. How are you going to find someone that does? There's no system in place at the moment to do that. Maybe there should be. And there's loads of solo gamers out there that just like to play on their own in multiplayer, and it all just seems a bit convoluted to me. The Premium Friends system is live now, but there's still some confusion on if it's going to be a permanent feature or is it just being tested during Battlefest. Several developers have said conflicting things about this, but either way, DICE are looking for feedback on the new system, so if you've got some bright ideas on how to improve it, then get in touch with them on Twitter or the Battlefield CTE subreddit. I do like the idea of anyone being able to play on DLC maps if they have a Premium Friend. I think it's a nice gesture from DICE and EA, but realistically, this Premium Friends system is not going to work. The only solution for dwindling player counts and not splitting the player base is obvious, and that's to have all DLC maps for free for everyone with no catches. I know it's a big ask, and as I said in my previous video, I doubt that we'll see that in BF1 now. I just hope that DICE and EA learn from the mistakes of the past, and new Battlefront and Battlefield games going forward have free maps for everyone. I honestly feel that not many people will use Premium Friends regularly at all, and I'm sure a few players will jump on to try the new maps, but then after a while they just won't enjoy playing the game without gaining XP, or finding premium members that they can tag along with, or trying to rope their friends in to join their game, and the amount of people using it will drop significantly. As well as Premium Friends, there's a new CTE patch that brings with it multiple changes across the They Shall Not Pass maps to fix up a few bugs here and there, as well as the adjustment of some of the MCOMs and spawns on Rush. Verdun Heights has also seen some changes in operations. Attackers will now get 350 tickets on 64 players rather than 250. Honestly, I need to see how this changes really before making too much of a comment on it, but at first glance that seems a bit mad to me. I think that they've perhaps realised it's a really hard map to attack, and their solution was to give more tickets, which probably isn't the right move, but let's see if it helps. They've also tweaked the spawn areas and combat zones and reduced the elite kit respawn timers. Anti-air cannon blast has had a small buff too. It now has a slightly higher multiplier against all planes, so it should hopefully be more effective. The blast radius has also been increased. Speaking of which, sniper rifles have had their damage multiplier increased against planes as well. I think sometimes people forget just how much damage you can do to planes with just a few people firing off small arms fire against them. Next up is grenades, the hot topic. Firstly, anti-tank grenades will now do 10% less damage against infantry, and there's also a 0.3 second throw delay on all grenades. Frag, stick, impact, mini and light anti-tank have also had their outer blast radius reduced. Alongside that, the fuse timings of the grenades have been changed. For instance, the mini, frag and stick have had a minimum delay of 1.4 seconds up from 1.3, and their fuse is now 0.85 seconds instead of 0.7. I know these are all just numbers and it can sound a bit confusing, but essentially there's going to be a bit more of a delay to the grenades with the aim of reducing the overall grenade spam. 2 thumbs up from me. Higher fuse time, a small delay to throwing combined with the other changes in Ammo 2.0 are all designed to help the grenade situation overall. Impact, incendiary and the rifle frag grenades have had their fuse times increased slightly as well. And lastly but no means least, some changes to Conquest. First of all, the way the scoring works when capturing flags. Right now when you capture a flag or neutralise one, you get a big bonus. 250 for a flag neutralised and 500 for a full capture. But if you want to step off the flag to, say, revive a teammate or kill someone, then you might not be so willing to do that in case you lose out on your juicy capture point bonus. So what DICE have done in the CTE is tried to change this up so that you're more willing to run off the flag and perhaps get a kill, revive a teammate without you losing out so much. With that in mind, the percentage of contribution towards the flag capture or neutralisation has reduced from 50 to 30%, so now you don't have to be on the flag as long to get the full points. But also when the flag is capturing, you get 12 ticks of 25 points instead of the previous number of 10 ticks. What this does mean is that now you get 100 points for a neutralisation and a capture rather than 250 and 500 as it was before, but a little more points from being on the cap. It works out at roughly 800 points for a full neutralization and capture compared to 1250 previously. Maybe that's a bit too much of a jump, but it is CTE, so these numbers can be tweaked over time. As well as that, if your team owns the majority of flags, they will now gain a defensive bonus. Your whole team will gain the bonus while you're holding the majority of flags, and I think this is a way of bringing back at least a small element of the old conquest system, whereby a team could really benefit from playing smart and holding certain flags tactically. It could also mean that we could see more comebacks like we used to, because that isn't really possible with the current scoring system. Plenty of other bug fixes and small netcode improvements in the CTE patch, but as always, remember that this is not guaranteed to make it to the vanilla version of the game, but I imagine that most of it will. So that's all for today, folks. Do let me know your thoughts on the Premium Friends system down in the comments below. Also for today, I have a bit of a giveaway. Jeff Braddock, who is the North American Community Manager for Battlefield, kindly sent me over 50 best community in the world dog tag codes. As far as I know, these dog tags are pretty rare and you can only get the dog tag if you're given it. If you'd like a chance to win one of those, just leave a comment down below and make sure that your YouTube messages are open so I can send you a message if I pick you, and I'll just choose 50 people at random, so look out for your messages. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. Subscribe for more, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.